Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Iron Panther Presents. Today, we got Kim and Chris together as we discuss The Chi, Season 5, which is not the last one, damn it. Episode 9. So, shit. The different things going on with these characters. Where do we want to begin? Kim, what made you shake the head the most?
Fatima and
Victor.
I'm so done with this storyline. I wanted to fast forward, but I was like, Kim, you agreed to watch this show, and actually you got to watch the whole thing, because I was like, Fatima is going on a tangent now. It's a tangent. It's no longer like I'm on her side, like you're hiding me, blah blah. No, you knew what you were getting into before you allowed him to do what he did, right? So you need to just stop, like pump the brakes on it, because it's just ridiculous at this point. It really is. And I can't even remember what she was saying to him. She was like, I'm not a fetish.
Yeah.
And I was like, bitch, nobody called you a fetish. What are you talking about? Like, you jump out of the bed with the man that you boned a number of times now, and you say, I'm not a fetish? You didn't ask him that before you boned him? Like, that didn't make any sense to me. So I was like, you know what, I'm done. I can't with this. And now he's like, oh, I maybe I should go ahead and come out and do whatever. Why is this a storyline? Everybody knows that you were with the other chick, which I can't even think of her name right now.
Yeah, damn it, I gotta find her. But now all of a sudden now Fatima is the love of his life.
He's a soulmate.
Yeah.
Like, that's my soulmate.
What fuck?
What happened to the other girl?
What the fuck is happening?
Naomi?
No.
Imani.
Yeah.
Well, I thought Imani was the love of your life. Like, figure it out, dude. Like, who is the real love of your? It's like when people break up. Like, you were together 10 years, and then all of a sudden you break up, and then 6 months later they're engaged to someone else. This is my soulmate. Same thing. Same thing. It's like, really? That was my most annoying point, I will say. Also, when Kevin was with Nina and Dre at the table and had an attitude, I raised two men. You can't have an attitude. They will tell you, don't puff your chest out, don't have an attitude. I can't wait to have a grandson, because none of this will be happening in my house. Like, what was that about? Like, what is wrong with Nina that she allows Kevin, who I love Kevin, I love him, but why was he talking to them that way? They didn't deserve that. If my son had hundreds of dollars in his room, you goddamn right, I'm gonna be like, where did this come from? And then I don't understand why they can't come to the tournament. That doesn't make sense to me. I understand it's an underground thing, but to prove to his parents, all he has to do is say, yeah, Maz, you can come. Just, but leave. Like, come, see what it's about, and then go. Okay, so go ahead, Chris, because that was my tangent, my rant. I'm done.
What?
I love this episode, and I'll tell you why. One reason why I loved it, because they finally admitted again, and then just throw to the side the fact that Emmett's ass took the damn restaurant away from Sonny.
Oh,
I knew damn well that they were just like, oh, we're gonna forget about this. But no, they did remember. I was like, yes. I was like, yes, great, best episode ever. I was like, yes. So it's not forgotten. So when that nigga gets his shit taken away, you know what I mean? We're all gonna be like, hooray. Well, nah, they'll just buy it off of him. So I don't know. Everything else is like, eh. Obviously the Bakari and old girl thing, I don't know. It's like, damn, you just like my brother. I want to kiss you. You kill someone too. I want to kiss you. You know what I mean? That's very toxic, but okay. I disagree with you on the whole money tip, in the sense of like the anger. I understand as far as like, not yelling, that part. Okay, fine. But I also understand coming from him in the sense of like why he's upset, in the sense of like he felt like he's never had anything in his life, right? He's never had anything. He's never done anything. And then all of a sudden, your mom's trying to get in your shit just to prove it. Nah, fuck that. All these years, these guys like you had to show them proof that you're actually the good kid. Now all of a sudden they want you to do it again. Like, nah, screw that. Like, nah, you're gonna have to trust me. This time. You know what I mean?
Supposed to be? Kevin is like what, 15, 16?
I understand that. Well, I mean, no, to your point, if I was the parent, I would have probably been the same way. I'm not disagreeing. I am also saying, as someone that was 15, there was times that I would have been like, nah, you would just have to trust me here. You know what I mean? You know, that's why it's a double-edged sword. Basically what I'm trying to tell you is it was a realistic scene to me. The only thing that was not realistic was the fact that he just got nothing but cash, right? Especially when you think of the whole video game world. As far as you getting kind of paid or not, but you ain't getting paid like they ain't paying you in cash like that. You know what I mean? They got Twitch streams, there's all kinds of stuff. That part is a little unrealistic. But as far as maybe the argument at the table, the reason why I was okay with it is because I can see that happening in a general American home. You know what I mean? Especially if the kid feels like he's not being listened to. You see what I'm saying? Like he's like, damn, like that's what you think of me, like I'm a drug dealer. That's what you think I can't do anything. Like there's no other way I can make all this money, right? Everyone else making money, but I can't make this money. And the only way I'm able to do it by doing something illegal.
16-year-old.
I'm not disagreeing. Again, I can see that from a parent perspective. I'm also saying you also need to see it from his perspective as well. That's all I was saying. You know what I mean? He feels like he's not doing. He can't do shit. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah,
I
understand that argument, but at the same time, you cannot talk to your parents that way. Like I understand what you're saying. I do get what you're saying. Like he's always been a good kid. Why all of a sudden now are they trying to make him into a bad kid? Like they're trying to treat him like he's a bad kid. I get that part, right. But at the same time, there's a way to talk to your parents that you can get that point across without that. I mean, his chest was all the way. I was like, oh my God, when is somebody gonna punch him in the chest? Like, stop. Like he was just, it was too much. It was too much. For you talking to your parents.
Well,
it was a lot.
Here's the other thing. Here's the other thing too about Kevin, why, at least at that moment, I feel like if it wasn't Nina, let's just say Dre was someone else. If Dre was with another female's name here or whatever, I would have probably felt like you. But the fact that it was Nina's crazy ass, I was good with that. I'm like, that little nagging ass motherfucker. Yo, like, you're like, yeah. Like, shut the fuck up. Like, you know what I mean? Every single episode, every time she talks, she's annoying as fuck. One minute she's doing this shit to Dre. The next thing she's doing that to her own daughter. Like, shut up. Just shut up.
Damn.
Like, you know what I mean? So yes, I was happy when Kevin did it. I mean, to Dre, not so much. But like, again, if it was anybody else, you're absolutely right. But you know what? Like, that stuff starts to build. And when you start nagging and whatnot, I'm sorry. Like, you could be the Pope. And it would go off on you.
But I will tell you, I will tell you, if Dre was not an actual woman, I understand she's the masculine one in the relationship. If there was a man sitting next to that woman, he would have got yoked. Like there was no way, even the gentlest man would have been like, Kevin, your tone, Kevin, without even having to put hands on him, just words, right? Because you don't talk to your mother that way. I know Nina's a pain in the ass. It's about the respect factor, right?
Yeah,
it was none there. He was just kind of like, and I do blame it on Nina and Dre because they've let these kids kind of do whatever. Like these kids don't really have dinner anymore like they used to. They're just kind of out there living in the world. And Nina and Dre are like, it's all about their marriage. Well, what about your kids, right? And it's about Lene, right? Which they didn't go into again. Is she adopted? Is she foster? What the fuck is she? Like, they didn't even talk about her. But anywho, yeah. So I mean, I understand what you're saying, but you understand if you were a dad.
Oh yeah, of course.
You would have calmed him down.
Yeah.
Respect your mother. Talk to us with some respect. Calm yourself down.
Right. You know what? But I felt like I would have probably been Dre in the sense of like the way Dre had to be like, yo, let's not just jump to conclusions either. Like I would have probably fought harder at Nina, like, yo, you need to not approach him the way that you're about to approach this man. You know what I mean? Like, especially if you're making that wild accusation, especially because that's something you can't take back. Once you start accusing your own kid of doing something so illegal like that or whatnot, that's going to be something they remember till the age of their set. Like,
but she didn't say. She didn't say. She asked him, "Are you selling drugs?" She didn't. And
she gave this look like this, like, nigga, I know you are. Like, what? She's her mouth says something.
Think about
and her face says, "Yo, Nina has. I don't know. They need to find another actress or what, or just change."
I don't think you like Nina.
Oh, how can you tell? Like, you know what I mean? No, like, yo, I'm like, damn, why did Ronnie have to go and she's still here? Like, you know what I mean? Like, why couldn't Dre be the single parent? You know what I mean? Like, damn, everybody else got single parents. Why all of a sudden Kevin gets to have two healthy parents, but one of them was annoying as fuck? Like, you know, like, no. Like, yeah, you're right. I cannot stand Nina. That's why I was not mad at Kevin, but you're absolutely right. I feel like, generally speaking, you should not do that to your parents at all. At all. The problem is, if your parent is Nina, you getting all the smoke. You know what I mean? That's all I'm saying. You know, and especially if I'm the father, I know damn well that Nina does that to my ass. So at that point, I'll be like, Kevin, go to your room. I'll be up there in about 5-10 minutes. And then 5 minutes later, I'll be going there like, I've been afraid to say that shit that you said to your mama. Like, you know what I mean? So
I cannot wait till you have kids, Chris.
I'm just saying, I was like, I said, boy, you can get away with it. If I say that, I'll get divorce papers and she'll take half. Like, yeah, like, you know what I mean?
I'm telling you, you're
I'm just saying. No, trust me. But that's why I vet my women, okay? If you get like Dre, like, yo, I'm sorry for Dre, but yo, Nina's been like this for day one. And you decided to marry this chick. You know what I mean? I think Dre is awesome. Like I think I said this before. Dre's one of my favorite characters, but she just had to be hooked up to the worst character. You know what I mean? So yeah. So damn, I said a whole lot. Not even talk about the other stuff that damn, that just took up like half the thing. My bad, David. I guess I'll get around the other stuff. Oh, Big Papa and the whole Jake thing. That's fake. But anyway, we'll talk about all that stuff. All right. Go ahead, man. Go.
Kevin would have been on the street without hesitation. His 25 grand and all his new clothes would have been on the street. That'd been in that conversation. You ain't gonna talk to me like that in the house that I'm paying rent or mortgage in. That's it. I'm like, oh, Mr. Grown Man, you take your money, you take your clothes, and you get the fuck out. Like that. That's how this episode would have ended for me. Because I gives a fuck. Because you ain't gonna talk to me like that. But again, that could be. I ain't got kids, so but
no, I mean, for me, I would never put my kids out. Yeah. But I do have to. You do have to exert that. You need respect, and you will not be talking to me that way. You will not. And guess what? I'm taking your money until you can tell me exactly what it is you're doing.
So, well, also remember what they still haven't done. This random Black dude that was his mentor or whatever during these gaming that you only see at the gaming event has never been to the house to be like, hey, I could bring the guy over who got me into this. Like, that's not that hard, right? Like, he can tell you that I do. Like, if companies are paying for this shit, then companies are coming to your house to be like, hello, mom, your son is amazing. We want him to be part of our crew. Like, it's not just some underground video game shit, which apparently is what it was when it started. Like that's what it looked like. But for this to be some up and ups, like Pepsi and fucking Nike are sponsoring this thing, these people are coming to your house, you know, because
why are they giving you cash if this is up and up? If it's Nike or if it's Pepsi, they're giving you a check.
They're giving you a check, and they're talking to your parents. They're not giving it to a 16-year-old. Like they're talking, and it's on TV, it's on social media because they want people to know about it. So this doesn't make no fucking sense.
It doesn't. It doesn't.
But
it's always sponsored through some, like, it's, for one, it's not. It doesn't look like this ominous, like, underground Fight Club looking.
Yeah,
which is that's not how
Duda.
like. Yeah,
I mean, unless Duda's running it, then it may be some underground shit, right? But then he may be paying you in cash because he don't pay taxes. So
exactly.
But But yeah, Kevin, and also let's remember Kevin did get kicked out of school, you know what I'm saying, for hitting a teacher. Kevin did fucking get caught smoking weed. He ain't all up and up, right? So there is history to be like, Kevin, you fucking up again. So tell me why you deserve the benefit of the doubt right now. Also, if he's still if Nina's still washing his clothes and putting them in his room, then you should have noticed the fucking Versace that he got up there to be like, hey, like it should have took you this long to figure out how he got all this shit from. And if you knew where he's going at night, parents, then you would have known
That's another thing too. That's what I'm saying. He's all over. Like this kid is just living life, and his parents are just, you know, trying to get their marriage together. And I'm like, what time is Kevin coming home? I've
said episode after episode, where the fuck are these parents? Because these kids just running around, and I'm like, it matters. If they are teenagers that need parents to overlook at them. As we said, the CPS issue has still not been addressed with Lene, so let's just say fuck it, because she'll be visiting her boyfriend and her brother in jail for murder very soon.
Yep.
And you know she will be pregnant before the series is over, so let's just get that out there.
Well, let's not say that.
Oh, let's not. Come on, like we know her future. So I mean, I'm like, what is happening? And she's, oh fuck.
I would have rather they make her gay, like you kept saying. I would,
right? Because at least, and Chris, that's why Kevin has two parents, because they're lesbians. Because you know what you don't have is functional straight relationships in this show. So that's what you don't have. So the only couple who's still together that you see on a regular basis is the gay couple. That's not a.
And then the most dysfunctional one, which is ironic. I don't know. Obviously, obviously the writer is a lesbian, so therefore, like, you know, you're going to put that in there. But it's just, I don't know. I always felt like from the very beginning, you know, that it was just like, okay, well, I'm gonna throw this in there and then make everyone else being dysfunctional. I'm like, damn, why everybody else gotta have single parents? Like, I know, like that exists, but geez, like literally, you're gonna make the only
Papa has a mama and a daddy.
You want to see where the mama at?
Exactly, but I'm saying, but he
we ever met her?
Nope.
I think we've seen her once for a dinner. She never had lines. Like, I mean, I want to say she was at a dinner, but you don't see her like you see the daddy every once in a while, who again is supposed to be under investigation. But let's talk about Rob. Rob should have kicked Tiffany out. Also, Tiffany and Kevin should have been on the street tonight. Like Rob, both of them.
I want to marry Rob. I need a Rob, because I was like, wait a minute, I can throw the ass at my ex. He didn't hit it, but you okay with, you like, all right, I understand. You said sorry, no problem, boo. I need a man like that, because then I have never been with a man like that. That man would have been like, you know what? Go back to your ex. Peace out. No.
Yeah.
Like,
but Kim, as we said in that Valentine's Day episode, they want us to believe that Rob, I guess, was so high that he didn't realize that his girlfriend came home wearing lingerie and a big jacket in February.
Hoodie. Yes.
And then asking questions about what the fuck are you wearing and where were you coming from when you were dressed like this? Like that somehow she had to reveal to him days later that, oh, by the way, I tried to fuck Emmett. Like, what?
Yeah.
How long ago was Valentine's Day? Since
we have no idea of gauging that. None.
Yeah. Because like the reason why I asked, because when Emmett tells
Keisha,
what's her name?
Keisha.
Keisha. Mm-hmm. Like basically like what happened when it made it seem like it was like the next day. No, I'm just saying how it seemed, right? Mm-hmm. But then to your point, like when Tiffany's talking to Rob, she's like, when did it happen? Like, oh, it happened on Valentine's Day, like as if like that was like the past. But I was just thinking like that. So I was like, damn, maybe Emmett is a piece of shit too, in the sense of like he didn't tell her right away.
It's been a couple of days. Because
Keisha said something like that. Didn't she say, well, you should have told me when it happened?
The other day, like we always use the phrase the other day, which is about less than a week. It's about more than one, but less than a week. But it's been a couple of days since the situation happened, and it made no damn sense that neither one told the other. But definitely Emmett should have told Keisha. But like, I mean, I just can't. There's no realistic way Rob did not notice what she was wearing that night. He made her dinner.
There's no way he made her dinner, everything. And I'm like, look, okay, I got a son. My youngest son smokes weed, okay, but he would not be all calm if his fiance was like, I threw it at my ex and he was like, no, because nobody cares about my feelings. Bitch, you didn't care about anybody's feelings when you moved in with Rob with my child and didn't even tell me. Like, I'm not saying Emmett is a good guy. I'm not. But at the end of the day, that child is his. So you should have told him, I'm moving in with Rob. Both of us are moving in with Rob. And who the fuck is Rob? Can I meet this dude that my son's gonna be sleeping in his house? Like, it happens all the time where kids get killed by people who are not their parent. Happens all the time.
Or sexually abused. You know what I mean?
Sexually abused, exactly.
Yep.
Absolutely.
You can acknowledge that neither one, that conversation didn't happen with his first two kids. So why the fuck would she all of a sudden care about now? I mean, like EJ is not his first child or his only child.
No, but I'm saying, that's a different situation. She left the house and moved into her mom's house. So he was like, okay, that's cool, right? But then you leave the mom's house. Don't tell Emmett. You just up and leave. Take my son to a stranger's house and move in.
I understand, but again, he has no clue, nor has the show even given a fuck about where his other two sons live when they're barely.
I think he knows his other two sons are living in the house with their mom.
No, that's what you want to believe, but we don't know that, and we don't know who's in those houses. I'm just.
How old is EJ, by the way?
Exactly.
How old is he?
I have no idea.
6 or some shit.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, because
I'm trying to remember back in.
It's about 5. Yeah.
Okay, I was at least like starting to learn how to say certain verbs. You telling me this little nigga's getting like hand claps for understanding the word cat? You can kiss my ass,
but
bro.
no, he has
like that kid just stay back.
He's special. He has special needs.
Huh? Is he? When was this?
He has a slight learning disability.
Yes.
He's not like autistic or anything. But I mean,
okay.
Where
I guess
is fucking Ronnie in this situation? Like, where is the other fucking kid? Like, I mean, while she's playing mama to somebody else's kid, which is what Emmett wanted, which is the only reason she moved into that fucking house, because he was like, you can help me with my child. But what about the fact when she was like, I need someone to help me with my kid so I can go to school?
So could Ronnie be taking a nap? Could Ronnie be with Nina and Dre? Could Ronnie be like in a playpen in the corner somewhere, and they just don't show him?
In this entire season,
he ain't with Nina because Nina will get mad every single time they start crying. So you would heard her loud ass voice.
Let's not do that. But again, she can send her own child away so she could play mommy to another kid. Like, I was like, no. But I mean, but it was too much. But I want to get to Lene. Like, stop it. Like, we just need to make better decisions in life about who we're gonna be with. Gemma, clearly, as we talked about, Gemma and fucking rapper now. What's her name? Fuck. Queen. What's her name?
Rapper. What? Oh yeah. Shit.
Fuck.
What's her name?
Damn.
Maya? No, not Maya. What's
wait.
Nisha.
Maisha.
Oh, wow.
Maisha.
Why do we?
Yo, I was about to say jukebox. I was really about to say jukebox for a second.
Damn, Maisha and Gemma have decided to be rap shit. Like this, like they said, fuck college.
Yep.
They're sitting at the table writing rhymes, trying to make it out the hood, even though they don't have to be there in the first place.
Yes.
And this makes no fucking sense. Like this, stop it. But that's
a dream. Maybe that's a dream to be a rapper.
Stop it.
I mean, both dream. It's just that Gemma, her personality is completely opposite.
Oh, Gemma, yeah, I agree with you.
And
Maisha,
season 1, she was like, I am going to college. I do not want to be like my mama with her 4 to 5 kids. College is how I'm making up out of life. That was season 1. That was season 2.
She was 11 at that time.
Until this season. Then she's like, I'm a rapper.
She grew up. She grew up and realized she grew up. She realized that college is like, I don't really mean anything. It's all about trade schools nowadays. You know what I mean? Like she probably learned
trade schools now. Did you? I didn't even realize that because my kids haven't been in school forever. Did you guys realize that high schools are now trade schools? Like most high schools, they're teaching you trades. Yeah, because I think
that's good. So we don't have to deal with colleges and go into debt like everyone else is.
I'm not saying it's a bad thing because you should learn a skill, like just in case you can't afford to go to college. It's fine.
I'm just saying both of them had options than rap. Okay, and they chose rap.
No,
like,
but
that makes.
I agree with you in general, but that was it wasn't more than just an option for Maisha. That was her dream.
It was not her dream.
No, season one. You keep bringing up season one.
Like
season one, she was young and that was, I think, when she said she wanted to go to college, I felt like that was like more of something because of her mother or whatnot. She was a much different person from season 1 to now.
Yeah, they changed.
Remember, she didn't start rapping until like season 3. I think she came out of her shell. She's like, you know what? I like this, which was not what she did in season 1, but she started to like it more. Now she's like, you know what? This is my dream. People evolve, believe it or not, David. There's stuff I said 4 years ago that I don't believe in now.
This is shitty writing. It's fine. It's fine. This is shitty writing. They changed the character and that's fine. I'm saying, but I had hope for her, right? I had her. She was like, I know I can do better in this situation. But now all of a sudden, Jim is going to be her.
Well, if she makes it, but if she makes it, then you have hope, right? No,
she's just a statistic, man. Now at this point, and I'm like, fuck,
damn.
Man. I just wanted her to be.
Well, I wouldn't say that. There are rappers who actually make it. I mean, there's a shit ton of rappers who didn't go to college and they're millionaires.
But they don't. We got enough. Just give me one example of the show of someone who's doing something like, hey, like there's more to life than sports and music, right? Like, and drugs. Like there's more to Black life. That's all I'm asking. I mean, just give me a character who's like, you know what? I'm trying to do something with my life. Like and be different.
That's what Gemma was, but
and Maisha until they said fuck it. And, I mean let's not. Okay.
Oh, we got Victor. Victor's about to run.
So and then Victor is running against himself, and he still don't. So this is not even a storyline, right? So then we got Rashad, who now has caught feelings for
Naomi.
No.
Naomi.
No.
Is that her name?
No.
Hold on. Let me get my
Tiara. Hat. I knew it was a hat of some sort. Like, it was my head. So she
a hat.
after they fuck on Valentine's Day, he fell in love with Tiara. And now he's like, hey girl, I know we're trying to keep this thing that we got between us. And she's like, you were just dick for a moment. So I'm not sure what we're supposed to do right now. And now he's feeling bad. So he's a piece of shit because he has not revealed to his best friend that I fucked your play girlfriend. And then his girlfriend is leading the art seminar that the art gallery. And apparently, again, we just gonna act like that relationship didn't happen because now we're just moving forward. Like Rashad is not like, hey, I'm sorry, you misunderstood. I care about you. He's like, no, I'm moving up to a woman who's not gonna pay for my clothes and give me a haircut and make me something. You know what I'm saying?
And who doesn't actually want him? Who? She does not want him. It was just sex. Like, calm down. Like, it was just sex.
He was like, hey girl, we sure we can't. And then once again, they bring up the fact that she was fucking Rosalind, because again, somehow this is his common knowledge, but still Victor has not been aware or not had this conversation. So I'm like, are we saying that somehow Victor knows, or like what?
To be honest, even when he finds out, I don't think he's gonna care. I mean, I know that they're trying to make it to like, damn, I gotta tell my best friend or whatnot, but I guarantee he's not gonna care when he tells them.
Yeah, I don't think Victor's gonna care that.
Yeah, he's not gonna care. He's gonna be like, he's like, oh, okay. He's like, he might be upset because if he thinks it might mess up his political thing, but that's about it. But he's not gonna, like, you know what I mean? But he doesn't care about Naomi.
But even to the point, just to be like, look, I'm with Fatima. Here. You can be whoever the fuck you want to be with, but let's acknowledge our situation, because he's still talking like he thinks Tiara is his beard in many ways, but I'm saying, but like, this is something that I got to keep from her. Like, let's have a conversation between these two people to be like, I'm with Fatima, what you doing tonight, Rosalind or Shad or whoever the fuck, because I don't care. Like,
that was a weird scene. Usually you don't see that. Like, usually like the roles are reversed with men and women, right? Like you have sex with that's why it didn't fit, especially for the character of Rashad, right? You have sex, like you have one night stand and whatnot. And, typically, because guys can, I mean, girls too, but pretty much any guy can have sex and not have any emotional investment. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's just how we're built, fortunately and unfortunately. You know what I mean? So the fact that he's the one who caught feelings after a one night stand, and then she's like, yo, we just fucked. calm your thirsty ass down. Like, I'm like, huh? I was like, just convicted for that. It was just weird. It just didn't. That seemed more like fiction. Like I was watching Terminator. It was just like
I feel like they did that because Rashad hasn't really had that many relationships, right?
Yeah.
And I don't think
that's
he's
huge
up with
prison,
that many women.
Yeah.
So that's why he's like that. He's more sensitive because he doesn't know. He hasn't had a lot of experience.
Yeah.
So
that's true. That's a good point. I didn't even think about the whole not having that many relationships.
Yeah.
Oh, he was in jail for quite a long time.
Yeah, exactly. So he doesn't. Yes, that's why he's learning everything now. Like he's learning how to talk to people, how to interact with people. He's learning a lot of stuff that he just didn't learn because he went to jail so young.
Did any of y'all think at the end when he was talking to Bakari about the whole like what's the CD is and stuff? I just knew, right? Because who Jason Weaver was. I just knew he was going to turn like, you know what? I'm going to start singing again. Like, I knew he was going to, when he showed the CD, I was like, I'm starting making, because, that's what Jason Weaver, Jason Weaver
we know that. No.
So I was thinking like, I just knew that's the direction they were going to take it. And I was like, and I'm watching, I was like, oh, Dave's going to be pissed. Here we go. Another show that has Empire in this. That's about to happen.
I thought Bakari was going to get a bullet in the head at that
right there.
I feel like it's going to happen. I really do. But what John Jackson said in the chat, what's up with shy, humanizing, cold-blooded killers? I absolutely agree, John. Like, why are you making this dude seem like he's a victim? Like, I'm like, no, dude, you shot someone and killed. And we don't even know, is that the first person?
He's not.
Or is that just the last person?
He ain't.
It's not just him. Victor, Shad, Bakari. He's just a long list of black murderers. So this show is like, hey, they're just people, and we need to look at.
They made mistakes, and I understand that they made mistakes. Yeah, that's true. But at least Victor and Rashad went to jail, and they were punished. And you can come out and become a different person. So I'm not going to say that people won't, but I'm just saying, Bakari, he hasn't gone to jail. Nobody snitched on him. He's still running around. And the reason why he does what he does is because he's never gone to jail, because he's not accountable for anything.
Nope.
He's like, I can just do whatever I want to do. He needs to go to jail and get butt fucked, period. So that he understands that this is what happens.
There's consequences. Ass raping is a consequence.
Yes.
But like to your point, but then fucking Victor came out and started whooping kids' asses. Like Shad and Victor this season has whooped kids' asses at the Rock, right? So I'm like, they haven't really changed that much,
No,
but why
do they keep putting suits on both him and Rashad? They're in that's a rec center. Am I wrong?
Yes.
So why every day is he walking around? All he's doing is helping kids play games and stuff, right? Yeah. So why is he in a suit? Him and Rashad in a suit every day.
So you remember they ain't street niggas, even though they are.
They CEO. They nigga CEO. So they got. So let's talk about The Rock, because this ain't making no damn sense. So first it was Rosalind trying to take The Rock from Tracy and build it up to something that somehow was a bad thing, and now they've totally forgot about that. Now Q is taking money from The Rock to feed his gambling habit, which we've never heard or seen of. And now fucking so now Duda's like, well, I guess I gotta murder this dude and take over the game, which is just you and fucking sex slave running fucking Nuck. Jesus. What?
But it was still, you know what? I know what you're saying, but I will say I thought that was such a cool scene. Like when he just
you thought that was a what?
It was cool.
Oh yeah.
Like the way he just ate pop, pop, pop. I was like, I love that guy. Duda is the best villain.
He is the best part of this show. He is what Power Book 3 should be. Yeah. Like he is what this show should be. Like I want more of him.
Yes. I want more criminal stuff from
I want more of fucking Duda, because this other bullshit you can leave.
I mean, I like Duda and I like the actor, but it's wrong. But as long as he's behind these writers or whatnot, I'm not going to care, because like that scene, as great as you just kind of described that scene, I really didn't care, because I'm like, I'm supposed to care about or like be like, oh shit, about him popping some nigga that we only seen in 5 other episodes in the entire series.
No.
Like,
I'm not saying care about Q. I like the way the scene was choreographed.
Yeah. The way it was put together.
The way it was put together.
Oh,
Yeah.
I guess.
I like that because it was so like the way. Remember how James used to he was no nonsense, right? Like everything on Amari's face, you knew exactly what he was feeling. I love that. I think that, and then when he killed people, he was just kind of like pop, all right, bye, right? That's what Duda did. Duda's face and everything, you saw everything on his face, his body language, he stepped over him. It was like, I don't give a fuck about you. Like you're a piece of carpet. Like I know I shouldn't think that that's cool.
Yeah.
But it's a TV show and it was cool. It was staged.
And Q being murdered is important. But again, let's go back to writing not making any damn sense, right? Why is Tracy trying to defend the man who in season 2 she said raped me and gave me my son? Yes. Now all of a sudden she's like, he's the father of my child. Like, no, he's the man that imprisoned you as a child and raped you. That's who he is.
Yeah.
Which should have been part of the motivation. Like she should have been like, you should have killed this nigga a long time ago. What is taking you so long? Like that's how that conversation should have went.
Well,
like that.
I kind of understood why she said that, right? Like I think to her in a weird way, that was the only lasting connection she had to her son was through. Well, no, that's not true because she has a grandbaby, right?
Also.
That's right.
That we have never seen.
We never seen.
Oh, thank you.
Never mind. Yeah. Well, so okay. So I mean, I don't know. Maybe I think probably to her, just like you always hear about the whole victims having this weird connection they have with their rapists at times. You know what I mean?
No,
especially if they have a kid or whatnot. Not saying it's right.
I don't understand why Keisha had her rapist as baby, but that's not for me to understand.
But,
I mean, but that happens more often than you.
Yes, it does. It does.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Baby is separate than from the rape because again.
No, I'm saying even then, even that portion, like sometimes like girls come back. Girls could be like they feel like there's a connection even though they were literally sexually assaulted. You know, it does. It doesn't make sense to us, but that happens. It doesn't make any sense.
Once again,
you know,
not what we saw in season 2, and that was years after said raping. Okay, and she still was like Trump tried to do and tried to get him killed, if I do remember. But all of a sudden, the writers are like, "Don't worry about that shit. He's just the older baby daddy that she don't want to go now because they had a kid together." Which is the same how the way they were he was reintroduced into this season, like. He didn't rape her like in season 1 and 2. Like they just redid the character. And I'm like, that's that bullshit. I know where this character came from. Also, you don't wait till after you kill someone, then go look around the house. Like you should have walked in, looked around the house just to make sure.
Because there could be someone in there. That was kind of messed up. I was like,
come on, bro. This ain't your first time. Now he's like, oh shit, did anybody hear me? Oh fuck, wait.
The door was still open. Yeah. Like he stepped over, dude. And I'm like, okay, so if I'm a neighbor and I'm walking past, I see the man's feet hanging out the door.
But Kim, you'll be a neighbor in Chicago, so your ass ain't gonna say shit. And he knows that. Dude knows it's like, y'all see my face, what y'all gonna do? Be like, oh, nothing, I'm my moment.
Well, that's see, if he would have said I'm Duda, then that would have been and like boom, and then close the door, right? But I'm like, anyway. I want to. Oh man, Keisha. Again, it's just writing. It's just writing, right? These are not real people, all right. But Keisha saying to Emmett, "This is my first real relationship." I was like, "You dirty."
Oh bitch. Wow,
you dirty bitch. I was like,
why?
Christian is why.
They was right.
Christian,
they're right. That was fucked up.
This bitch had a man that was gonna put up with her ass. Baby,
okay.
Everything.
That is
right. And she was like, "No, I gotta focus on my child. I gotta focus on being a mother. No, I'm gonna fuck Emmett." My boyfriend.
That didn't make any sense to me. I was like, "Wait, what?" Like Christian to me is like Rob. Like the way Rob is laid back, kind of cool, and kind of lets Tiffany do her thing, but he still loves her. That's how Christian was. So I was like. you chose, just like Tiffany. Tiffany is still trying to fuck Emmett.
Yeah.
And I'm like, but you have Rob. I want Rob. Give me Rob.
This is horrible messaging to the Black community.
Absolutely.
This is horrible.
That's what I'm saying.
Absolutely.
That's why I was like, fuck these nice niggas. Get yourself like a trifling ass one.
Yes.
Like
one you have to lift up. Every Black woman in this show is lifting up some piece of shit that they're trying to turn into a good man. Like, and it's like it's constant. Now Lene is another one. And again, she made no effort to be like, go to see her brother in jail. She's made no effort to be like, my new mommies, can you help with my brother's defense? Like, a good show would have tried to address some of that. Like, hey, can I be a character witness or something? Like, they would have tried to remember like this thing happened. But I'm like, Keisha saying that shit was a smack to the face of this Christian, to Christian as a character. Like, these writers are just shitting on these dudes, and I'm like, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, like Jada's relationship with the masseuse is just like more of like, I'll be with my trifling ass ex, you know.
Yes, and I'm like, what in the world? Like, you settling for Darnell? Like,
3 failed marriages. 3 failed marriages.
Yes.
So
masseuse, I don't even know his name. What is his name? The masseuse was a good guy.
Yeah.
And you know what? I don't even think he was doing the masseuse thing anymore. I think he was working a real job. They never really went into it.
He was wearing like a shirt and tie.
You want to believe that.
I want to feel
you want to believe he was a gigolo, for the record. Okay, like he was massaging vaginas.
But I feel like, and I'm hoping that his character changed because of her, and he wanted to really be with her, and he stopped doing the masseuse thing, because that's what it seemed like, but I don't know. But he was still a better guy than Darnell.
And so also, again, he was, but then they acknowledged his 3 failed marriages, but they also have written away the 4 kids that came out of those 3 marriages, which you saw in season 2. He has toddlers at this point. Like, I mean, he has maybe teenagers right now that he's making no effort to acknowledge or take care of. He also had a house. Huh?
He's gonna be at the wedding.
And so let's talk about that. She's like, I want to get married.
Back when that next episode, watch. It's gonna end it with that, or the season premiere of next season.
Like you said, Chris. Season finale will be the wedding, just like Tiffany and Emmett's wedding. And you know only kid child is going to be there? EJ and Ronnie. There's no doubt in my mind those other 2 kids aren't coming, which is bullshit. Fucking and then Darnell
and then Bakari and his girls, they're gonna be there in the back for some weird reason. So, they don't even know him.
And Darnell's other 4 kids will not be there, and he does.
And Tracy's gonna be there. She's gonna be seething because Bakari is back there with Lynette, because she knows that Bakari killed Ronnie.
So I got a question: is, do you think Nuck and Keisha are gonna cross paths again? That would be interesting, because remember, Nuck was Keisha's last boyfriend.
Yes.
And I'm like, they never ever tied the fact that Nuck was running a Black woman sex slave operation, for the record. And then as he was dating Keisha. So when Keisha says this is my first real relationship, if it wasn't for Christian, I would have believed her, because her history was Emmett. The coach she was fucking, and Nuck.
Nuck, yeah.
So
but Emmett was right with what he said.
Was not a relationship.
Yeah.
What
was that? What was that?
Nuck wasn't a relationship. Do y'all really think that was a relationship?
We only heard about it, so it could have been a legit relationship. No. She got kidnapped on her way to go see him, so we never actually saw anything.
Right? No. What David was saying is, if it wasn't for Christian, because of, like you said, the Nuck, that wasn't a real relationship, it would have been believable that Nuck wasn't a real relationship, or that little thing she had with Emmett in the beginning wasn't a relationship. Now, what Emmett said might have been true. It's like this is my first non-toxic relationship.
Well, I believe that.
I believe that, because even from the beginning with Tiffany, it was even just half the episode where they were like in good terms, and then they would start bickering off of some bullshit. I was like, okay. Arguing. Well, like, who's your weed dealer?
All of that is Emmett's fault. Like, even he was fucking around with Tiffany at the time. So every bad relationship Emmett has had has been his fault. The reason his marriage didn't work because he fucked around with fucking Lala. Like these are not coincidences. Like he has made every bad relationship bad because of him. Okay. Yeah. And then I mean now it's just now he stopped fucking supposedly. Yeah. I didn't like when he saw his idol at the at
oh, that was funny when he saw D-Ray. That was funny.
He said, get back in the car. He said, oh, I came up with that catchphrase, and I was like, you a lying ass nigga. I love that scene. That scene was awesome.
Yeah.
Every
good man is a good woman.
My only problem, he said, man, you've been helping me out for years. I was like, no, it's been a couple weeks. Yeah, like I'm like, what? Like, writing buddy.
I would say anytime Emmett does something funny, they deliver. I'll say the show does deliver. Anytime like it's a funny moment. Like even in the beginning when you saw Keisha running and he's trying to catch up, like that was hilarious. That whole thing's like, man, I ain't never running with your ass again. Like that was just hilarious. It's like, damn, I can't keep up. You know,
she's a runner. That's what she does. So
yeah, no, it was just funny to see Emma's reaction.
Yeah,
and he clearly didn't belong. Running alongside him.
He's just trying to do couple stuff, right? He's just trying to make her running a couple things.
And that's awesome. I mean, like,
together, which is nice.
Yeah, if you put their actual history away and just look at the scene, like it's nice. A beautiful moment. If you look at like Jada and fucking Darnell, like it's a beautiful moment of them like trying to get the marriage together, and she's looking through the books and everything. If you don't think about all the history that got us here, Duda now once again realizing that he has a pizza shop and which he still hasn't been to this season and other businesses, but now he's going to invest in the Sunnies. Did anyone think about when he invested into the food truck and how that was a problem? Like
no, they want you to forget about that. Remember, because
wasn't it Braden's food truck?
Yes,
that's Brandon. Yeah,
Brandon and fucking Emmett. Because they were a team. He was
that's right.
Social media dude. He's like right.
Yeah.
So if they bring this full circle, Emmett needs to remember to be like, this ain't the first time we've been invested by this dude. Like,
you know what? As the writers probably do not want to do that in the sense of because of the horrible callback of what transpired in real life. That they literally was like, look, we're only going to do one episode of this damn funeral, and maybe just one other mention, but like, damn, what happened to Brandon? It was like, oh, he gone now. Like, oh, okay, he got shot. And then that was it, right? That was like last season or 2 seasons ago, something like that, or whatever. Last season. Right. They're not gonna bring back the food truck. I'm telling you, they're just not. And yes, and we're gonna say like, oh, it's bad writing, they forgot. No, they ain't forget, just like I thought they might have forgot about the whole Smokies being Sunnies or whatever. You know, they ain't gonna forget. They just don't want you to be like, oh yeah, that's right, that was fucked up. What happened in real? Like, no.
It's just interesting that Sunnies is blowing up so much that this business advisor that we just met of Duda is like, you know what you need to be invested in is something like Sunnies. I was like, let's not. I don't really think they're blowing up like that, but all right, bro. All right. But again, and the message should have been, you know, who's the real power behind that place? The cook, Dominique, who is the restaurant, actually, if we're going to be consistent with the writing. But nah, somehow Emmett took that from her. So he took the place from Sonny and the writing and the food from Dominique.
Wouldn't it be something if that actor comes back, Sonny comes back, and he's like, look here, Duda, like I'm not selling. Like this is Emmett talking. Like I'm not selling. It's like, oh really? Well, we're looking at the shares and we're looking at who owns what, and we see
Sonny is Q's brother, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, maybe he inherit some shit.
Brother.
They totally forgot about that. Like Sonny, yeah, that's right. Oh,
maybe not. We have one more episode.
I'm just like, if I'm saying Q should have looked into. Q should have killed Emmett for taking his brother's restaurant. That's a family business. That's what should have happened. Somehow he should have tried to kill him or actually killed him because that's.
I had a conversation with him and said, since you took it from my brother, you're gonna pay me to my brother. Yeah, you're gonna pay my brother a certain percentage and me.
Yes.
And me. Yeah.
Yes. That should have. Black folks need good relationships on TV without trauma, either before or after. I would agree, but that's not what we're gonna get.
Yeah. Sure.
So I said, we're coming, Stacey. My fault. We got a little bit behind time. Anything else burning for you for this episode? All right, then we will succinctly say, "Fuck this show." It's shit. Like I'm disappointed, and the shit just keeps on getting worse. But we will ride this out. Let's see what happens in the season finale. We want Bakari to die. We thought Papa was gonna die.
Oh, no, I don't want any teenager to die. I want him to be punished for what he's done, so that he doesn't do it anymore.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let me clarify. I want Bakari to be murdered. Like what when he's like, baby, I'm gonna do something with my life. I'm gonna get my GED.
But you know what? I feel like that's what's happening because he's going. He said sorry to Jake and the Gemma. So you know how they do, right?
Right. That's what
tries to redeem themselves. That's when all of a sudden, that's it.
Yeah. That's when he and Shot were sitting there, and he was like, "Yo, man, I maybe I could work with you at your retro shop, and we could do this." And I got a woman
and
now
who's writing a book. He's gonna write
a book. I'm like, you are dead.
I bet you, yo, how much you want to bet is gonna be Jake, right? Jake was cool in this episode, and then like he saw that Gemma was cool. That would be awesome because Gemma was like, no, like did the hug or whatever, and Jake was like, all right, but it's still fucking with him. And then he's like, and he just can't, and then just it was too much, and then he just takes him out. Streets need a body.
In the preview, somebody has a gun at Jake's head. I don't know who that is though.
Oh, really?
The Jake of season 1 and 2 would have did it. Not this Jake is different. Season 1 and 2 Jake wanted to be a gangster like his brother. So
this is a gentler.
This is a kindler, gentler Jake for some reason. But
this is his unborn baby just died. It might mess.
But he doesn't want to go to jail.
I agree. I agree with you. I mean, it would be nice to see, but I'm saying I don't know if this particular Jake. Also, I can't. So Papa trying to make up with Jake. They somehow they forgot that Papa's the one that initiated this shit because he's the one that shitted on Jake in front of everybody at the school. So he's the one that started the rift between them. Yeah. And then it still didn't get better because Jake never told Kevin anything that's going on with Papa. The fact that they were fighting, the fact that Jake still hasn't told Papa what's going on with the gaming or any of that shit. Like it's like. No, I'm sorry, Emmett. I don't know what's the name. Fuck. Kevin has not told Kevin.
You sure? Like there's all kinds of
Kevin has not told Papa anything he's doing with the money or the gaming or anything. So clearly, this friendship, these three musketeers are fucked. Like at this point.
He's like, I'm not your sidekick. You're like, well, yeah, you are.
You kind of are. You kind of are. Like,
but you are. You're this.
Like, and then you can't say "fuck you, nigga." Everybody's a Christian. You can't put those in the same dialogue. Like that was kind of.
I was waiting for Jake to steal him.
Right. I'm like, Papa, you have to learn. Jake can fight, and you can't.
Yeah, but you do see that Jake does care about Papa. That's why he doesn't want to hit him.
Yeah.
He does not want to hit him.
Yeah, but that's what. Papa being mad was the first time I really noticed the facial hair. For some reason, that's when I realized that he was going through puberty or something.
Is that when he grew it out?
Like
when he became manly, his voice all of a sudden deepened and then
like, fuck you, nigga. I was like, oh, he's trying to act like he a man. Oh,
that was like the Grinch. Like Grinch was like, his heart grew 3 times larger. Like,
I was like, come on, Duda is probably pointing the gun at Jake. Remember when they were supposed to be a thing?
It could be.
Dude's like, you need to come on board, buddy. We get the band back together again, and you were my prodigy for some reason again.
Or it could be Tiara and be like, hey, I like fancy things, and you'll get me what I want, little boy. Like I don't, who knows? Maybe
she'll fuck Jake. I don't know.
I don't want to see that.
I don't see that off camera, but still implied. All right, guys. Everybody, thank you guys very much for watching. We appreciate you. Comment on the video, like on the video. Stay tuned because we're gonna pick up Stacy. We're gonna get to this family drama of power.